But 16 laps later, Coyote pulls abruptly into the pits. His transmission has failed, and he's disgusted. This 1965 500 could have given him his third win, a record attained by only 3 men: Louis Meyer, Maury Rose, and Wilbur Shaw.
On the restart, Andretti takes the point, but Lady Luck ends his day on lap 27 with a broken valve.
You can see that, oh, there's Mario back in the pits again. Part of that trouble is very serious.
So the man who won the pole position in the pits for the second time in just a couple of laps, the trouble obviously serious. He could be out of this race as the turbine whooshes by again. And there's Mario Andretti has lost a wheel.
Well, it's sure a tough break for Mario.
He's got the car under control, however, and into the infield safely.
The frustration continues for Granatelli. Number 60 has dropped out of the number 1 turn. Come in, Mike Ahern.
Yes, Sid, we've got the glasses on him. He is just entering the number 1 turn, right toward the end of the main straightaway, and Joe Leonard is still in the cockpit. What happened, we don't know. I think Joe Leonard's out of this race.
It doesn't matter. On the restart, Leonard's turbine flames out. Victory so close. Again, misfortune plagues Granatelli in the final laps. Coyote stops on lap 99 with a split manifold. The repair takes him out of contention.
Down, coming into the pit area, there is your leader slowing way down. Bobby Unser, obviously experiencing difficulty as he comes in. Bobby Unser now moving down to his pit area at the entrance to Gasoline Alley. It almost looks as if he is shut off. Dan Gurney, crew chief Wayne Leary going to work on Bobby Unser's machine now, the machine that has been leading the race. Still in the pit area. Will he get started again?
He's still listed as number 1 on the pylon, but he's climbing out of his car.
People can say what they want about the ghoulishness of race fans, but in my opinion, look out. Smoke from AJ.
All right, now what can that mean? There are a variety of things. That could be the engine. It could be something to do with the turbocharger. I can't see that could be good news no matter what.
He does not seem to be slowing down. Does that tell you anything?
He doesn't. All right, now it's coming out as he backs off going into the turn. That probably means it's a seal, some turbocharger seal or something of this kind.
The turbocharger being the thing that works off the exhaust, that sucks in great quantities of fresh air to give greater power to the engine.
Do you think they might easily black flag it?
They are black.
All right, they are. They are incredible, incredible.
Now that does not mean he's out of the race. It simply means that the next time around, he must come into the pits to be checked by a technical representative of the U.S. Auto Club.
I'll tell you, in the old days, a driver of Coyote's stature at Indianapolis might have been allowed to continue for many laps while they discussed whether he should be brought in.
Even now, I'm wondering about. No, he's going to go in.
He is going in. AJ is a professional. There's no point in continuing when you've been black flagged. Once that flag comes out, you must stop. He's coming in terribly fast.
Okay, well, let's see what happens. Let's see if they retire from the race, or if they can fix it, or if they send him out again.
This is an incredibly anxious moment. Incredibly anxious moment.
It all could go tumbling for AJ after such a great effort right here. Kanemaki's standing by down there. He's going out again. Let's go to Chris. Rutherford, you know, he's way ahead now. AJ coming back. Oh, and he's not even going to make a try, taking a hard left turn into Gasoline Alley. It's all over. You can almost feel the frustration and fury in him by the speed with which he made that turn.
Where people have misread the pit sign or not picked it up in time and run out of fuel, and here's AJ slowing way down.
Oh dear, if this is a problem, I'm really upset because AJ's been having a real go at winning his 4th Indy, and this could be the end of it. You might be seeing something very sad for AJ Foyt. He's obviously in trouble, Keith.
He's coming around. I don't believe that he has power. I don't believe that he has power. He appears to be coasting, and he's got a long way to go, and he has put his hand up. That indicates to the rest of the people going by and that he is at the moment without power.
Yeah, but he's doing something with his hand up there. He's obviously working with something, Keith. It looks like he's working with something. I wonder if he could be low in fuel. This may be a problem with AJ Foyt. He's got his hand up. It could be He's manipulating something.
He looks to be pulling at the padding at the back of the cockpit. So apparently there's something loose in there or something wrong. But anyway, he is without power at the moment.
He's picked up. He's picked up a little bit. I think I saw him accelerate.
All right. Now there's the first step, okay, in the development.
Here's Mears into the pits. Oh, he hit another car. That's Hearn Johnson.
Mears. That was a mistake. I wonder if it's damaged the car at all.
I don't know. We're going to see in a minute.
He's in 4th place right now, but still very competitive. Remember, he sat on the pole and led the race in the early going.
Yeah, but look again, compared to Sneva coming in, look at how careful he is. Nothing wrong with this, but I'm saying this is what happens with a rookie. See what I mean? That's what I was getting at the beginning.
Okay, seems to be going smoothly enough, if a bit slower, as you say.
He gets a drink there.
Changing rubber. Something going on there. Look at that fuel coming back out again.
Oh my God! I didn't think it was a big deal. Look at that. They haven't. The valve hasn't seated. There's a valve in there. They're throwing water. They're in trouble.
How much of a problem could this be? This could catch fire at this point?
Well, yeah.
Remember that invisible flame.
Anything could happen.
Driver's still in the car.
That's the part in our make-believe pit stop. Jim, that's what I was doing, was refueling at that point. If you don't pull that nozzle off just right.
They're telling him to get out.
Yeah, look, engine's still running. Oh, this is chaos. This is very, very bad. Glad to see him out.
Long delay for Dale Bobby.
Darn
it. Be the end of the day from the look of things.
I hate to see this.
Still under the yellow, and each lap under the yellow gives them a better chance of being able to go up.
Something was wrong with the car. Some sparks came out the back of the car. As we thought, it was shaping up for an incredible battle. He comes in with a good head of steam, though, Jim.
Yeah. When he was just in position to get into that trophy dash, that dash to the finish with Rick Mears, if he could have made it on fuel, and he was very close to being able to make it. Okay, but it's all over now.
They're just going through the motions. I mean, the engine obviously is all right. Wasn't a fun. Look, the crewman is pointing to the back there, a suspension member or something
indicating,
like that.
Forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it.
There is Dwayne Pancho Carter, who sat on the pole in this race, coming into the pits for a very unscheduled pit stop. People had wondered if the Buicks could last the race, but my goodness, it's only a few laps, and there he is.
This is much earlier. Obviously, it indicates trouble. The smoke is coming from the area of either the transmission or the turbocharger. It may not be the engine that has failed here, but rather it could be the transmission, which takes that extra power of the Buick and may have weakened under the strain. A lot of smoke, though. An oil leak is the most likely thing here. What a crushing disappointment, Jim.
It certainly is. Well into his 30s, Pancho Carter has finished in the top 10 6 times in Indianapolis. He's no young Turk on this tour. This would have been the time for him to win.
All right, now Mears has a car in front of him and is trying to get by. That is probably the rookie Randy Linear. There goes Ray Hall. He's going to get by on the inside. Bobby Ray Hall has gone by Rick Mears and now taken the lead in the Indianapolis 500.
Said Mario possibly starting for the pits. Mario on the right of your screen. He's not starting for the pits.
Oh, my goodness. It's happened again.
It has happened.
It has happened again, and you can hear the crowd responding. Lady Luck has reared what is to Mario her ugly head at Indianapolis again.
That shows. Don't count your chickens till they hatch. The bad luck has followed Mario again. This is kind of sad in many ways. Mario is going to feel worse today than he has in probably most of his losses, Jim.
It's Mario Andretti who has gone down into the infield.
This is not bad news for Al. This is good news. He can let the car get down, cool everything off, burn away a few laps under the yellow. This can't hurt anything.
8 laps to go.
Show of smoke at the back of Rick Mears' car. The last of the Penske Hope is now showing smoke at the back of the car. He was running in 4th. There is his wife, Chris Mears, on the scoring stand. She is in radio contact. She can hear what Rick is saying now, and he is reporting a situation on that car that is not going to please Roger Penske.
Well, Paul, we can't be for sure right now, but most likely that's going to be an engine problem. It's definitely a serious problem because...
Let's go to the pits, Jackaroot.
Well, the report is from Dan Lugenbuehl, who is the information director, is that Rick Mears may have lost the Chevrolet engine. He brings the car down onto pit road, and it is not running. It is smoking. He lifts the visor. They're going to take the bonnet off. But it is over for Rick Mears and over for Team Penske in 1989 as well. Roger Penske talking to Rick. Rick getting out of the car as the crew goes to work. It will not be a Team Penske car in victory lane today. It could still be a PC-18 if your leader Emerson Fittipaldi continues upon his leading way.
What a terrible disappointment for that incredibly intense man, Roger Penske.
26 now runs 7th. Here comes Fittipaldi heading for the pits. Here's Jack.
This is definitely an unscheduled pit stop. A quick survey of the tires all the way around. Still going methodically around the car, even though, as we said, this is an unscheduled stop. The crew is adding fuel, taking advantage of this, but this will be costly for Fittipaldi in his chase for the lead. Another blistered right rear tire, Paul.
15 seconds in and out as they fight a changing course surface here.
We're going to see him on the middle of the screen there. Absolutely inexplicable.
The only thing that one might consider, Bobby indicated to us, Bobby Unser, how cold it is, and because of that, look, the car is damaged.
Yeah, no question, he's out of the race.
The tires may not have come up to full temperature, and maybe with that high torque engine, when he shifted gears, just suddenly.
Boy,
oh, what a terrible situation for Roberto Guerrero.
He's definitely got a problem. He didn't go in
the back of the car there. There's a plume of something.
Yeah, but and you can hear it a little bit. I think it sounds a little off song. But he's still going around. He didn't come into the pits. Is he going to come in there? No.
Larry Curry, the crew chief,
you know,
as Stewart comes down the main stretch, we are under green. That engine is going.
You can see the smoke off the right side of the car. I think what he was doing was calling into the why he didn't pit was, hey, Larry, what should I do? Do you want me to keep going? Do you want me to pit?
It's doomsday. He won't be able to go very long.
Let's go to Jack.
Let's see, Larry, what's wrong?
Pop-off valve started malfunctioning on the last run. Hung the valve open. It looks like we broke the motor.
Yes, as he went by me down here, there's the smoke coming out pretty bad. As he went by here, he had a cylinder not running on the 6-cylinder engine, only had 5 cylinders. That's doomsday. Tony Stewart will be out.
You heard Larry Curry pronounce, might be a little bit of oil fire in the left rear of that car. Larry Curry, of course, pronouncing it out. And so now he joins Walt Faulkner and Theo Fabi as rookie pole sitters who do not win the Indianapolis 500-mile race. No rookie pole sitters ever accomplished that.
And Bobby, I've got a question for you. Larry Curry said that they blew the pop-off valve, and that's what blew the motor. Does that make a lot of sense to you?
It does. So Larry is getting a little bit technical on his answer. What he's saying is when you blow the pop-off valve, everything works really hard. The back pressure in the exhaust system goes up. This causes problems, internal heat on the pistons inside. I know that's a little detail, Danny, but that's what he means. And he should have never been popping the pop-off valve this early. He should have never been running that engine with so much horsepower that close to the edge.
So Tony Stewart out while Eddie Cheever in the pits as well. You saw him come past.
As we cycled through these things.
Billy Boat, he's slow on the front stretch. The pole sitter slow on the front stretch. And no indication at all as to why. It's a sudden slowing.
He's got the sticker tires on, so obviously he can't get it up to speed for some reason. Might be the gearbox.
Tom, the reason is because he has nothing left in the gearbox.
The yellow comes out for Billy Boat, but it does, it certainly helps them get these cars repaired and get them back into the fight. 8th yellow of the day, A.J. Foyt. One car left. If Billy's out, that's Kenny Brack.
Here's what happened to the leader of the race.
Well, again, heavy traffic, Bob. Heavy traffic. And the guy just sort of pinched him off a little bit. Ari really thought the guy probably saw him, but he didn't. That was Tice Carlson. That's Tice Carlson. And again, that's a tough one.
A hard hit for Lyondike. Here is another replay. He comes up on Carlson. There's no contact between the two cars.
Well, I'm not sure. There was a little speed wobble there right before Ari got sideways.
Here it is.
Well, again, he just got out of the groove. He just pushed. He got it up in the gray stuff and knocked the right front off of it, Ari.
Boy. Last year was the left front when he had a collision on pit road. This year it is the right front that has done in Greg Ray. And the defending Indy Racing Northern Light Series is apparently out, Jack.
Yeah, indeed he is. It's going to take an awful lot to get him back repaired. I think what they might do, though, because points are so precious in the Indy Racing Series this year, they may take him to the garage area and try to affect the changes. In fact, that's indeed what they're going to do.
With Greg.
Well, again, the car just pushed. He wasn't even close to the groove. It didn't want to turn at all. Well, look at it. Even before he got to the corner, the thing was up into the gray, Bob. And again, this is one of the problems when you go in and try to fix a car that smacked the wall already once today.
Scott Sharp jumps into the lead.
Robbie Gordon already very well. Scott Sharp. He bobbled in turn 1, and he's hitting the wall. Scott Sharp. Scott Sharp got high coming off at turn 1 as Robbie Gordon was trying to go around the outside of Greg Ray. And you can see a lot of the cars went back down to the inside pit lane just to get around them.
Slow down that early for a penalty. And here's a second problem. So Junqueira in trouble. And what's the problem with Vassar? Junqueira is going to go for the pit road. And Sam Hornish comes back out of the pits after the work in the garage area. So suddenly 3 different occurrences.
Well, Paul, it looked like Jimmy Vassar was dead stick, as we call it. Either he was out of fuel, electronics stopped, or he had no gearbox drives.
Elio leads, but is approaching slower traffic.
Lap traffic will now be a problem for the Penske machine.
DeFerrin, running second, catches his teammate exiting turn 2. The result is a pass for the lead of the Indianapolis 500.
We just saw Elio Castroneves lose a lot of momentum in turn 2. He got hung up behind the lap car of AJ Foyt. The 4th, Gilles DeFerrin, dives underneath Castroneves and takes the lead, headed to 3.
And there they go. Problems in the number 3 of Elio Castroneves, Jack Arute.
Elio Castroneves' car failed to start. They went to the backup starter. They've lifted the bonnet. They've switched the ECU. No need to panic right now, though, because during these parade laps, if they can get the car restarted, everything buttoned up, Elio can retake his pole position. They're just about finishing their work, boys, but that's not the way you want to start the Indy 500.
No, absolutely not. So we'll keep an eye on that situation, as it looks like everyone else. No, we have another car further back in the field. It looks like the 91 of Richie Hearn has also failed to start. Now, you got to remember, the reason some of this has happened, perhaps, is the last time we were on the track was Carb Day Friday.
And the Carb Day Friday, Marty, that's right. But these cars, a lot of rain this morning, a lot of moisture in the air. And I got to believe these electronic systems on these cars got a little moisture. But, Scott, that's probably causing this problem.
Let's go back to Jack.
Guys, now there's an aero problem for Elio Castroneves. The rear winglet that comes off the side pot, it is busted loose. They've put some 200 miles as he lights up those Firestone tires, but how long at 220 miles an hour will that tape continue to be effective?
Trouble here at Indianapolis for 2-time winner Elio Castroneves. He cannot get fuel into the tank. Jack, what's going on?
When they made the fuel connection, the fuel was not flowing. They tried to make the connection again. It is still not flowing. They are looking at both ends. Elio is pleading, let me go back out and at least run the fuel out. Now they're starting to get at least some. We'll check and see just how much they got.
Wow.
All the way down to 213 in the corners. A throttle all the way out to 48%.
Next time by, no, he's not going to make it. So he is coming in. We thought he would have to. The Greva, oh, and he may have been too fast.
He might have been over. Yeah, he wants some more tires now from flat spotting those. If they were going to keep them on, they might reconsider.
8 laps to go. Vince, he's coming your way.
Well, Elio Castroneves, as we had just told you, they were hoping that maybe they could do it with fuel only and no tires. And now, how long this ride down pit lane must be. Scott makes the comment that after busting those tires, they're going to have to change them, and they are indeed. 4 fresh Firestones for Elio, just a splash of fuel to get him to the end. Now it's going to be a race. Is the fuel going to be enough for Elio to pass through the pack?
Dario Franchitti will now take over the race lead.
He's done laps by himself. In trouble. Crash.
It's the 77 of Alex Tagliani, and the dream of Sam Schmidt Motorsports is over. The problem that they had cooling the oil has now led to this, as he becomes our sixth caution. There he is on the outside of J.R. Hildebrand.
This is just not the place to be today. I was talking before about the restarts, because I think at the end, the one place you do not want to be turning into turn 1 and 2 will be the high side.
Hinchcliffe had contact with Carpenter.
All behind you here. Yellow's out.
You could tell 3 wide going into 1 was not going to work.
3 wide around here in an IndyCar does not work ever.
Sorry.
Nah, I'm fine. It was busy down there.
I suspect they'll have words with each other.
It's 3 wide. Look like.
Yeah.
3 wide. Down the belt. Speed. That is you.
Dixon protects the inside, power to the outside, and he'll go back to the front.